Every step you take tests more than your legs. It tests your mind. Every mile you conquer isn't just distance. It's discipline. It's pain management. It's proof that your will is stronger than your excuses. Today, we're diving deep into what it takes to conquer the miles that challenge not just your body, but the very limits of your mind. Step 1. Mental fortitude is the quiet force that determines how far you can push yourself when every fiber of your body is screaming to stop. The human body is capable of far more than we usually give it credit for, but it's the mind that sets the real limits. Legs ache, lungs burn, muscles tremble, but the mind, that invisible, relentless engine inside your skull, can either shut you down or drive you forward. It's not the physical pain that stops most people. It's the moment they decide that pain is too much, that discomfort is too real, that the struggle isn't worth it. Mental fortitude is what separates those who push through and those who quit at the first sign of suffering. It's the discipline to keep going when motivation has long run out, when excuses are easy, and when every part of your body is trying to convince you that the task is impossible. To build mental fortitude, you must first understand that fatigue is a lie your body tells you. Pain is not a signal to stop. It's a signal to test your limits. Every time you embrace discomfort, you teach your mind that you are capable of more than you thought possible. You learn to lean into the struggle instead of running from it. The more you push past the pain, the less it controls you. Each step taken when you feel like stopping strengthens your mental resilience. You realize that fatigue is temporary, that exhaustion will fade, and that the victory belongs to the one who refuses to quit. This is the battlefield where true growth occurs, the place where mental toughness transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. When physical fatigue sets in, your body will scream louder than ever. Every muscle will protest, every joint will ache, and every breath will feel like a battle. But mental fortitude allows you to rise above the physical signals. It turns the internal noise of weakness into fuel for perseverance. It trains your focus to ignore the chatter of doubt and distraction, forcing you to operate in a state of relentless purpose. The mind becomes a weapon, sharper than any physical advantage, capable of guiding you through the toughest miles, the heaviest weights, the longest battles. You begin to understand that your strength is not measured by speed or endurance alone, but by the persistence of your mind when the body wants to surrender. Step 2. Discipline in the grind. Discipline in the grind is the foundation that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Talent and motivation can carry you for a while, but they are fleeting. Discipline is what shows up when motivation fades and excuses tempt you to quit. It's the quiet, unwavering commitment to do the work every single day, even when it's uncomfortable, inconvenient, or exhausting. The grind is not glamorous. It doesn't come with applause or instant recognition. It's early mornings when the rest of the world is still asleep. It's long nights when everyone else is done. It's pushing through repetitions and miles when your body screams for rest. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when every external factor encourages you to stop, when every reason to quit seems louder than any reason to continue, when comfort whispers that today is not worth the effort. The grind is a test of consistency, not a showcase of occasional heroics. Showing up once, twice, or even sporadically is not enough. Discipline requires a ritual, a system, a commitment to the process, because greatness is built on repeated effort over time. Every day that you embrace the grind, you are forging strength, resilience, and mental toughness. It's in the repetitive motion of the work, the countless steps, the steady pounding of effort into results, that true growth happens. The grind doesn't care about feelings. It rewards action, persistence, and tenacity. You learn to detach from immediate gratification, to find satisfaction in doing what must be done rather than what is easy or comfortable, and to trust that the work will compound over time into results far greater than you could achieve with short bursts of effort. Discipline in the grind also demands that you take ownership of every choice you make. There are no shortcuts, no excuses, no external forces that can replace the responsibility you hold for your own progress. It's about controlling what you can control, your effort, your focus, your mindset, and letting go of what you cannot. The grind tests your patience, your resolve, and your willingness to endure the mundane and the difficult with the same intensity that you bring to moments of glory. Each repetition, each mile, each task completed with deliberate effort is a statement that you are willing to pay the price day after day without complaint, without hesitation, and without compromise. Step 3. Overcoming pain and resistance. Overcoming pain and resistance is the essence of what separates those who coast through life from those who conquer it. Pain is unavoidable. Resistance is constant. Every challenge, every goal, every mile you run or task you face will come with its share of discomfort and opposition. The body will cry for relief, the mind will whisper excuses, and the world will offer reasons to quit. But within that pain lies opportunity, the chance to test your limits, to strengthen your resolve, and to discover a version of yourself that is far more capable than you ever imagined. Pain is not the enemy, it is the proving ground. Resistance is not a wall meant to stop you. It is the pressure that shapes your strength, molds your character, and forges resilience that cannot be taken away. To overcome pain and resistance, you must first understand that both are temporary, yet they demand your attention. Every muscle ache, every sharp breath, every moment of doubt is an invitation to dig deeper, to rise above the immediate discomfort, and to challenge the narrative that tells you to quit. You must train yourself to embrace the struggle rather than shy away from it, to see the resistance as a signal that you are moving in the right direction, and to recognize that the true reward comes not from avoiding hardship, but from conquering it. Each time you push through a barrier, whether physical, mental, or emotional, you teach yourself a vital lesson. You are stronger than your circumstances, tougher than your fears, and more resilient than your pain. The process of overcoming pain and resistance is never easy. It requires relentless focus, unwavering determination, and the refusal to yield to excuses. It is a battle fought step by step, breath by breath, effort by effort. You will face moments where quitting seems far more attractive than continuing, where every instinct tells you to stop, and yet the choice to endure is what separates mediocrity from greatness. It is in those moments, when your body protests, when your mind fights, when the world seems heavy, that you cultivate a mental armor that no obstacle can penetrate. Resistance becomes fuel, pain becomes a teacher, and every time you push past the limit, you expand what is possible, rewiring your mind to refuse surrender. Step 4. Small wins compound. Small wins compound in ways that are often invisible in the moment, yet they hold the power to transform ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Every single step, every repetition, every decision to push forward when it would be easier to quit adds up. It doesn't happen overnight. Progress is not always dramatic or immediately noticeable, but it is relentless, consistent, and unstoppable when built one small win at a time. The people who achieve greatness understand that success is not born from grand gestures or sudden bursts of inspiration. It is born from the accumulation of countless small victories, each one strengthening your mindset, reinforcing your habits, and sharpening your discipline. Every time you show up, every time you commit, every time you refuse to settle for mediocrity, you are building a foundation that compounds into unstoppable momentum. The principle of small wins is deceptively simple but profoundly powerful. It is the idea that every effort, no matter how minor it may seem, contributes to a larger whole. One extra mile run, one extra push-up, one additional task completed, one moment of focus instead of distraction, they all matter. The compound effect works silently, steadily, and ruthlessly. The key is consistency, the unrelenting dedication to action, and the refusal to discount small achievements as insignificant. Each small win is like a brick laid in the construction of a fortress of discipline and mental strength. Over time, those bricks stack, forming walls that protect you from weakness, laziness, and doubt. Each effort builds upon the last, and suddenly, what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Small wins also serve as proof to yourself that you are capable, that progress is real, and that momentum can be controlled. They reinforce confidence, foster resilience, and build an internal narrative that you are someone who does not quit, someone who honors commitments, and someone who moves forward no matter the circumstances. The process requires patience because results are not immediate, but the cumulative effect is relentless. Just as a river carves a canyon through persistent flow, repeated small victories shape your life, your mindset, and your abilities in ways that exponential growth cannot be ignored. Every choice to act, every step taken, every moment spent grinding compounds like interest, creating a power that grows silently, steadily, and without apology. Step 5. Focus on the process. Not the finish line, focusing on the process, not the finish line, is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who chase fleeting victories. The finish line is tempting, it's visible, tangible, and often glorified, but it is not where the real work is done. Real growth, real strength, and real achievement are cultivated in the relentless repetition, the daily commitment, and the unwavering dedication to the steps that lead to the end goal. When you obsess over the finish line, you risk missing the lessons hidden in the journey, the discipline forged in the struggle, and the resilience developed in facing adversity day after day. The process demands attention, commitment, and a willingness to embrace monotony, discomfort, and the grind itself, because it is in those moments, when no one is watching, when the work feels endless, when progress is slow, that character is built and limits are shattered. The process is where discipline becomes tangible, where mental fortitude is tested, and where momentum is created. Every action taken with intent, every step performed with purpose, and every repetition executed with focus compounds over time into results far greater than the sum of individual efforts. Focusing on the process means breaking down monumental goals into manageable, actionable steps and committing to execute those steps with excellence every single day. It requires patience because the rewards of the process are often invisible until they accumulate, and it requires faith because you must trust that consistent effort today will translate into triumph tomorrow. The process is the battlefield where excuses are destroyed, weakness is challenged, and resilience is honed. It is not glamorous, it is not instantaneous, but it is relentless, unforgiving, and exacting. And those who respect it are the ones who ultimately cross finish lines that others only dream about. Focusing on the process also trains the mind to operate in the present, to master the here and now, and to control what can be controlled. When your attention is on the next step rather than the final outcome, you eliminate distraction, doubt, and the temptation to rush or take shortcuts. You begin to embrace consistency over charisma, effort over expectation, and discipline over desire. Each day becomes an opportunity to refine your skill, strengthen your mindset, and reinforce the habits that will carry you through even the most challenging circumstances. By committing fully to the process, you internalize the truth that the journey itself defines you, shapes you, and prepares you for victory in ways that chasing the finish line alone never could. Step 6. Own your choices. Owning your choices is the ultimate form of empowerment. Every action, every decision, every step you take carries weight, and it is your responsibility to accept that weight without deflection or excuse. Life will always present obstacles, distractions, and pressures to shift blame, but true strength comes from acknowledging that your outcomes are a direct result of your decisions. The moment you stop pointing fingers and start taking full accountability for your choices, you reclaim control over your trajectory. No one else can dictate your effort, your commitment, or your discipline. No external circumstance can replace the ownership of your actions. Owning your choices means that whether you succeed or fail, you cannot claim it was luck or circumstance. It is the result of your decisions, and that realization gives you power to change, adapt, and dominate. Owning your choices also requires brutal honesty with yourself. You must look in the mirror and confront the uncomfortable truths about your habits, your effort, and your mindset. Every skipped workout, every half-hearted attempt, every moment you settle for less than your best is a choice, and accepting that truth is the first step toward transformation. There is no room for rationalization or excuses when you take ownership. You must recognize that the path to success is paved by deliberate, conscious decisions made consistently over time. Every mile run, every task completed, every bit of extra effort is a choice that compounds into results. And every choice ignored, postponed, or avoided is a decision to remain stagnant, to let opportunity pass, and to leave potential untapped. The clarity that comes from owning your choices forces you to confront reality, act decisively, and remove the illusions that comfort and convenience try to create. When you own your choices, you also embrace responsibility for your mindset. You choose whether to let setbacks define you or strengthen you. You choose whether fatigue becomes an excuse or a challenge. You choose whether fear limits you or drives you forward. Life will not pause to accommodate hesitation, nor will it wait for permission to challenge you. Each decision you make carries consequences, and by taking full ownership, you internalize that every action, thought, and commitment shapes the person you become. Ownership cultivates discipline, resilience, and self-respect, because you understand that the only way to grow, to excel, and to overcome is to accept complete responsibility for the life you are building and the miles you are running. You've heard the principles. You've felt the intensity. Now it's time to act. Every mile, every step, every struggle is yours to own. The road is not easy. The pain is real. The resistance will test you, but the choice is yours. Surrender to weakness or rise and push further than you thought possible. Your mind is stronger than your body, your discipline stronger than your doubts, and your commitment stronger than any excuse. Today is not about dreaming. Today is about doing. Step into the grind, embrace the struggle, and own every single choice that moves you closer to who you are capable of becoming. The finish line is just a byproduct of the warrior you build along the way.